Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin is just still ranging in this local price range. It hasn't really moved at all. So yeah, these are always the worst updates because there isn't much to say. So we can keep it short and rather focus on some interesting altcoin developments because there at least we get some progress. But what we can do in this video, shift things into the right position because the price moved on. And we talk about the different structures and if any likelihoods or probabilities have shifted. So let's first of all start here, zoomed out on the 1 hour chart. For anybody who's new on the channel, and I know it is repetitive, for a lot of you who have been watching these videos, who are watching these videos regularly, but I have to start with the greater context and to help everybody who's new understand where we come from. But I know that a lot of you who actually know what's going on also appreciate that, because I do get messages all the time to say, okay, yeah, please repeat. It is helpful, and I understand that. So while it can be a bit boring for some, I think it is overall very beneficial to talk about this again, especially if nothing happened really. You know, I'm running out of things to say anyway. So looking at this structure, the fourth wave is probably still in this in the same position, so that hasn't moved. So the idea is still in our preferred interpretation that the fourth wave of this larger upside cycle, the fourth wave has bottomed on the 23rd of January. Then from here, we saw a first 5-wave move up, which we call a wave 1, because if circle wave 4, which is the larger degree, bottomed on the 23rd of January after a third wave topped on the 11th of January, then we should now be in the 5th wave. And the 5th wave is again a 5-wave move, which is why I'm watching for 5 waves and why I call out here the first wave down here of that 5th wave. Topped probably on the 30th, 31st of January in wave 1, then a wave 2 pullback. Wave 3 to the upside, probably still in the making. That's what I prefer. Okay, wave 3 could have topped here somewhere, but it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference because the support area wouldn't change because we would be looking at a 4th wave anyway. So in the preferred interpretation, the 3rd wave is still running, and we had a wave 1, we had a wave 2, we had a wave 3, which might still be unfolding, and then we should get a 4 and a 5. Again, there is the variant to say that, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but also here we would see further upside. So in the short term, doesn't matter. I suggest we deal with that question after the next high. But I can tell you what I prefer, which is a little lower maybe, then one more high, then another higher low, then another higher high. So that should give you the ideal structure that I would like to have ideally filled in. Okay, so that's the preferred interpretation in which the price could then, as soon as all these corrections are finished in these wave 4s, in which the price could reach maybe 58,800, which is one of the main Fibonacci levels up here. Yeah, if I go to the 4-hour chart, we see it. It's the 1.236 extension of that initial 1-2 down there. Oh no, of the larger degree that is. But that's the next main level to watch. And the smaller fibs are at 54,360 and 57,140. And you can see that these are relevant because the price reacted quite substantially to the 1.786 extension at 52,860, which is also basically the next breakout point to the upside. So anyway, I'm looking for higher prices, and we need to know, however, when this assumption changes, and that will be below $47,000. So based on the structure we have, we can identify certain support levels, and these support levels are defined based on the wave count, and it's a wave 4. So wave 4 we know typically reaches the area between the 23.6 Fibonacci level and the 50%, so basically 50k and 47k, with round about the 48.3k level as ideal target. However, it's not really coming down. I have sketched out here a roadmap that I find likely, okay, but again, we are dealing with corrective structures, so whenever we are dealing with these corrections, we're left with various potentials. So I just try to shift this into place here. Messed it up already, so let me just try that again. So in this scenario, we're obviously currently in that 4th wave, which should lead to another high in the 3rd wave in white. or to complete a B wave here, because below 47k I have to assume we have a B wave top, which would then lead to another dip into the yellow support zone probably. But as long as we're holding 47k, I'm watching for higher. And then, okay, when do we have confirmation that this C wave to the downside is actually unfolding? I mean, at the moment, all the upside movements have been quite corrective. The problem is downside movements as well. So we don't really have an edge here, or I can say with high probability, high certainty, confidence that the C wave has started, because until we break below those previous swing lows here, the Saturday low on the 17th and the 20th of February low, I can't really say that this C wave has started. Okay, so the B wave has topped on the 20th, possibly. If the C wave has started, we should see a break below that Saturday low, the green line at 50,630. And then we should follow through to the downside and possibly test the ideal support for a fourth wave. Wouldn't be bearish. I know people would panic there if it goes lower, because I think we will see a few red candles if we see a break below that line, because it's quite an established support level now. So there will be a lot of stop losses below, and when they trigger, then this could lead to a little bit of a small avalanche to the downside. But yeah, that wouldn't be bearish. It would simply finally maybe flush those weak hands out, or get rid of some of the leverage in the market, and that might help the market to rise again. Without red candles, corrections cannot be completed. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.